Straight out of that long week working now, everybody wanna party. All night long, bonfire on the back 40.
Everybody, I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Anticipation is bouncing for today's game, and we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's Rodgers Packers going up against Wilson Seahawks. So let's get you up to CenturyLink Field in Seattle. On the call, here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thank you. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup lined up here between the Green Bay Packers and the Seattle Seahawks. Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And off we go from Seattle. It's a short kick taken at the 15. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Well, as I say, if you drew it up, you couldn't have drawn it a whole lot better. That's exactly how you want to start the game. Excellent momentum off the opening kickoff.
First carry for Thomas Rawls. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
How about the defensive linemen? That's where a good run defense begins, with the guys up front. When they hold the line, hold the point of attack, that allows everyone else to get there and make tackles.
It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll lead here to a third down. Here's the offense. Certainly some threats on this offense, and one of them that they target is Doug Baldwin.
Not only does he do a nice job catching the ball downfield, he's also a tremendous blocker that helps unleash the running game.
On third down, Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Mike Daniels able to track him down for a loss of 13, and it'll bring up fourth down. So on fourth down, as seen on TV, here's their resident strongman, John Ryan, on to punt. Back deep is Micah Hyde. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Adams the man in motion right. Rodgers now on first down. Caught by Nelson left side. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. On first down, Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A big play there on the catch and run. 53 yards.
I don't know what you thought, partner, but I thought he was gone after that catch. I thought he was taking that one to the house. How about the defense, though? Never gave up on the play and eventually ran him down.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's second and long. Rodgers to throw on second down. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. And a lot of the weight of this offense falls on the shoulders of the running back.
That's because the offense knows if they give him any openings, any opportunities, he can turn it into a big play at any time.
Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. On third and long, it's Rodgers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive.
Sometimes it absolutely serves you out that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And that linebacker group today could be very key.
As we were preparing for this game, you pointed out to me as we were watching film that the linebackers look like an elite unit. I agree with you totally.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Mike Daniels in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Big sack on second down. Now the offense needs to convert here on third. Third and long. It's Wilson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. It'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a fourth down.
I know you've got a baseball background, right?
A little bit. Started in minor league ball.
Yeah, you did some of that, right? What do they do when they do the signals? An indicator, right?
Tells you whether it goes or not, yeah.
Yeah, whether the play's on or not. How about the indicators offensive linemen give when they're getting ready to run a screen pass? And if those get red, well, we just saw that there, didn't we?
No gain.
No gain. Deciphered it and finished the play off.
Here's Hyde. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Slot man moves right. Rodgers will try again on second down. Going up top, and the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. To throw, it's Rodgers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. So a big roughing the passer penalty, Charles, and of course that's 15 yards.
And everyone knows how protected the quarterbacks are. You've got to make sure that when you launch at a quarterback, that you're hitting him in the right spot and in the right time.
They'll run. This is Lacey. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Hauling it in, Nelson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Now a first down carry. It's Lacey. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. See if they stay on the ground for second down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On second down, here's Rodgers. Trying to set up the screen, and he's got daylight. A great read, and it's picked off. 30, the 20, 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. He tried to get rid of it. Pressure was coming right in his face, and it turned out to be a bad thing.
And it's so easy to be critical of him in that spot. When you have all those people bearing down on you, probably his last thought was just get rid of the ball. Give them what they want. Unfortunately, he gave it to him too well. Picked it off, ran it back for a touchdown.
Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. Right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Before that last pass, 2 interceptions had already been thrown. And this last one tipped in the air, which means everyone on defense is almost fighting each other in order to get to the football to try and make it a third. Once you've thrown a couple, it's almost like a swarm of bees going after the ball. And in this case, they weren't able to get there before it fell to the ground.
Rodgers now to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. So on fourth down, here's Jake Shum to punt it away. Back deep for the Seahawks, the all-pro returner from 2015, Tyler Lockett. Now it's Lockett. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll run with Rawls. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. A lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn into big plays.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Back to the ground on first. Again, it's Rawls. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. Throwing is Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
A good play on the ball, getting a hand on it, but it was tipped up in the air before falling incomplete. And that leads to way too many moments where bad things can happen for a defense and good things can happen for an offense. And this is tough to teach in today's football because everyone wants to make a highlight play. Tip it up in the air, grab it yourself.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Mike Daniels able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. So Wilson will head to the sideline, and on comes Stephen Hauschka for the field goal. This one from 48 yards away. And Hauschka's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-10. So as it turns out, that sack is not going up, costing him, at least in terms of getting points. They get 3.
Yeah, once you see your quarterback go down the backfield, you think, uh-oh. But fortunately for them, their kicker came to the rescue and made sure they got something out of that drive after all.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. Fresh set of downs here. They come up in an offset eye. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Caught by Nelson left side. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
A good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
And Charles, a couple extra defensive backs in here on 3rd and 1.
Not expecting them to run it at all.
And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Here we go on 4th down with Rodgers. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, oh, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
He hits Baldwin right side. And the ball is knocked out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. He finds his man, Baldwin. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. And now they're in the hurry-up.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Rawls. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson, as the first half is winding down, and the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Now Hausch can attack on the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. Pushkin now to send this one away following the score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
To throw is Rodgers. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's a bold strike right there, taking it downfield and putting some air on it. But how about the coverage? Able to get his hands across the receiver and bat the ball down.
Here's Rodgers. He's going to try and go deep again. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call? We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. First down, Rodgers. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. It's a gain of 20 that time. And it'll give the Packers a first down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Here's Rodgers to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. Caught by Nelson left side. It's a pickup of 16 there. It'll lead to a new set of downs. Rodgers with a give. It's Lacy. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
One thing I do know that offensive linemen like, they like a guy who's carrying the ball that will take what is blocked. Not try and create a big play and maybe take a loss, not try and go where the blocking isn't. But if it's just all that's there and you just put your head in your shoulder.
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And all the way touchdown, Seattle. Jermaine Kearse, 78 yards. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
That might be momentum.
Right, RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that.
I said that might be momentum we need because we gave it to you, but we gave you the little 6.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This will be taken about the 12. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now the Packers get set to go. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Now a toss, left side. It's Lacey. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Rodgers will try again on second down. He's got time. And Cook has it left side. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
So the roughing the passer penalty, 15 yards, and Charles, the defender, needs to know to stop there.
We've been talking about it for years. You essentially get one step after the quarterback throws his pass. Anything close to that or beyond that, you're going to get flagged.
Following the penalty now, Lacey. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. And quickly, they get to the line.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need. Hopefully to get themselves kick-started.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Throwing is Rodgers. Complete. Starks on the screen. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. James Starks from 8 yards out. And the Packers get a score closer. And that score there makes this a much more manageable deficit.
Agreed, because before that touchdown, this looked like this was about over. Instead, they've got hope. They're back in the game.
So they got the 6, now the extra 2 on the conversion. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples throughout a ball game. There's a great example right there.
And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. And out now come the Seahawks. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth and final quarter. First down, this is Rawls. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Graham slotted out to the left. On second down, Wilson. It's caught on the left side by Kurz. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
I see what you're doing. You want to do those in the mid-down.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
See what you're doing.
And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion. Wilson going to throw for it. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Rodgers to throw on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
And the Seahawks add a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field. On third and long, it's Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and the Seahawks have picked it up. He won't get in, but they are going to have the football in a great spot. First and goal at the 3-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. On the ground, Rawls. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. So Wilson will head to the sideline, and on comes Stephen Hauschka for the field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And Hauschka's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
Now after the made field goal, Hauschka back out onto the field to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Rodgers now on 1st down. He'll set up the screen to Lacy. And he's brought down. 13 yards there on the pickup. And it'll be a Green Bay 1st down. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
And they're going to speed things up here. Rodgers going to throw. Third down and 1. They come up in an offset eye. They'll try and run for it. Here's Lacy. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Rodgers now on 1st down. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. And here we go on 1st and goal. Now they'll toss out right to Lacy. Time for a break. This one all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. They'll come out in the pistol. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Jordy Nelson from 10 yards out. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. And they will line up now for the 2-point try.
26.
Rodgers will throw for it. A dump off to Lacy. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion no good. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Oh, I think the Packers got it. Yep, Green Bay football. So the onside kick is recovered. And, you know, I always thought, Charles, as someone who didn't play these positions, that going over the middle as a receiver or trying to recover an onside kick, those are two very tough things to do.
It takes a lot of fortitude to put yourself in that position, but you have to do it in order to help your team win. Unable to recover it, it costs them. The kicking team gets the football here. On 1st down, Rodgers. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. That's the type of pass play that you need to wait for routes to develop. You need a little time in the pocket, but that's hard to do when you got people in your face. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And his throw here is incomplete. Usually when we talk about concentration and catching the ball, it's about the receiver. In this case, it's the defender who had the great focus knocking it away.
10 yards to go on third. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. It's caught. Nelson. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. And now they're in the hurry-up. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
Well, the obvious goal is to try and score a touchdown, but at the least, adding to a pretty big yardage total for his intended receiver there, huh?
Yeah, well, when you got a guy over 150 yards, keep chucking it deep to him, I guess.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You can get it to him short, and he can make plays that way, but I like what you just said. Throw it to him deep and get it in a big chunk.
But incomplete on that try. Rodgers now to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
I'm trying to know why.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. Rodgers to throw once more. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Caught by Nelson left side. And he's brought down. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll run it with Lacey. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Rodgers to throw on second. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Brock Coyle in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Well, in my time in football, I've yet to see a playbook that draws up offensive plays designed to lose yardage. A running play loses yardage on first down. They try and throw it, take a sack on second down. What can the offensive coordinator come up with here on third down?
Rodgers now on third and touchdown, Packers. Jared Cook from 10 yards out. And the Packers get a score closer. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern in the middle of the end zone.
And ordinarily, that's a tough spot to find because there's usually coverage to take away that portion of the field. But they found a gap, and they exploited it.
So they're going to go for 2. Rodgers will throw for it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally. But here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Seahawks. There he goes right side. And all the way in Touchdown, Seattle. They're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort, at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. One final try now for Rodgers. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone, as time has run out on this ball game. Well, certainly a tough loss here, but they've got to move on. I mean, you have another opponent next week. You dwell on this one, it hurts you the following week.
That's where the 24-hour rule comes into play, win or lose for all teams. Either enjoy the win for 24 or reflect on the loss for 24, then put it aside and move forward.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.
He plays smaller right now. So play football and quit doing dumb shit.
I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's Rodgers' Packers going up against Wilson's Seahawks. And with that, we'll send you up to the Pacific Northwest and CenturyLink Field in Seattle, home of the 12s. As we'll welcome in our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thank you. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Green Bay Packers and the Seattle Seahawks. On first down, Wilson. And incomplete to open things up. He was looking for Thomas Rawls there. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. And the quarterback, he's got some big threats at wideout.
And they seem to get bigger all the time, don't they, Brandon? Every time I look out and watch a game, we're getting these bigger, more athletic, acrobatic receivers. We have some today.
Throwing is Wilson. He's going to look deep down the field. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Yeah.
And a peek at the defense for the Packers.
Julius Peppers, some would call him the grand old man. He'd hate that. He just want to be a seasoned veteran who continues to make plays at a Pro Bowl level.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. On 3rd down, Wilson. He hits Baldwin right side. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Now, that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
So on 4th down, here's the Canadian-born punter, John Ryan, to kick it away for Seattle. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. And not great starting field position here for the offense. They'll run for the first time with Lacey. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line.
That was a good, strong run there. While it won't pick up a first down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe something they can build on as this game continues. And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Lacey. And he's got some space here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Whether it's what we call an even front or an odd front, and an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle. Whether it's the nose or the 2 defensive tackles in a 4-man front, if those guys can't get moved, you cannot run the ball in the middle of the field. And in that play, they were able to actually take care of business. And the tackle's made there by one of the secondary members. And I can guarantee you, having played that spot in the huddle right now or on the field, they're urging for a little bit more support from the guys up front. I actually remember one game where I hopped over a defensive lineman to make a tackle downfield and realized he was 10 yards downfield. That's not good. That's being driven off the line of scrimmage, and you can't have that if you're going to win a game on defense.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's not just the offensive lineman and the guys charged with protecting him that take it personally. When the franchise quarterback gets dropped on the ground, it runs through the whole organization from the owner all the way down.
It's like every single time he goes down, everyone holds their breath.
Not only do they hold their breath, but they feel the hit as well. They're just trying to think of ways for it not to happen again.
And incomplete here on 3rd down. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Adams, the man in motion right. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. It's caught. Nelson. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. And partner, a nice little connection there on the corner route.
The receiver set it up perfectly, worked his way inside, and then broke it back to the outside for the completion.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. They'll run. This is Lacey. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Jordy Nelson, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Packers have taken the early lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
On second down, Rawls. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? Wilson now to throw on third down. And to the left side here, Wilson. It'll be a pickup of just 2. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. It is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good. So they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. On first down, Rodgers. Caught by Nelson left side. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be second down. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. He'll set up the screen to Lacey. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there at 22.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Jared Cook from 10 yards out. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. A post to the tight end for 6. Gosh, those guys are so tough to cover, aren't they? Just in general, tight ends running those patterns near the goal line.
Because you have to decide how you want to treat them. Are they a wide receiver? Are they a big extra blocker on the field? Or are they a hybrid and caught in between? So are you going to use a linebacker? Are you going to use a safety? Are you going to even move a corner in if you're going to play nickel or dime defense? They usually win those matchups because they have an answer for all 3 of those positions.
Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
How many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? The offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Wilson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it. An in route going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. That one goes for 13 yards and it moves the sticks.
Really nice connection on the corner route. This is a play where the receiver wants to set up the defensive back by moving him inside and then breaking back to the corner.
Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. In the slot on the right is Graham. Throwing now, Wilson. Off. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. So after nearly turning it over, new life here for the offense on second down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Wilson on second down. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Mike McDaniels in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or...
That's caught inside the 20. They give him a gain of 38.
And those first downs do add up. The offense keeps the ball moving downfield and keeps their defense on the bench, giving them a chance to rest.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
To throw again is Wilson. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
3rd and goal now. The defense looking to hold. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Christian Michael taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Seahawks have made this a 1-score game. And his kick is right through. Hauschka to send this one away following the score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And with the new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
You have to give big-time credit to the cornerback on that play. Most of them like to just sit back and say, I'm playing pass. But he diagnosed that play so fast and got into the backfield for a loss of yardage. That's a monster play by a corner.
They come up in an offset eye. Throwing is Rodgers. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's brought down. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And that leads to a Green Bay first. And now we're circling here around the 2-minute warning.
This is a setup play. Trying to get one last one in before the clock warning.
One back is Lacey. Rodgers now on first down. Looking sideline, incomplete.
And the defense almost got one there, partner.
It could have been his first pick. He's been good so far, but you're right, that was nearly a costly mistake.
Sometimes you get a little bit too confident when the game's going along as it has been for him.
They give to Lacey running right. And some room to roam now. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Caught by Nelson left side. A gain of 7, and they pick up the first.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. They go play action here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. They'll come out in the pistol. Nelson, the man in motion left. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to go down. Back across midfield. He's sacked at the 46. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
I don't know how you felt about that one, but almost felt like retaliation, didn't it? Took the sack, jumped right back up, and took a big shot downfield that fell incomplete.
Yeah, 2nd down sack. Tried for the big one on 3rd down. Couldn't get it. Returnable for Lockett. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mike Daniels in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On 2nd down, here's Wilson going for the deep ball. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side. Throwing is Wilson. He's going to let it go again. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. A final shot before half for Rodgers. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you termed that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. In order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 2nd and short. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. This is Cobb with a catch right side. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. The play clock's running down. Now a 10th carry here for Lacey. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, I do drag him out. Oh, they got him now. They got him real tight.
9 yards still remaining here to pick up the 1st on 2nd down. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. 15 yards through the air on a 1st down. They come up in an offset eye. Back to the ground, it's Lacey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And quickly, they get to the line. And he motions the wide receiver. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
And they're 6 yards away from picking up the 1st here on 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. That's complete to Cobb. And he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. So the offense has it 1st and 10. On 1st down, Rodgers. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. On the ground, this is Lacey. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. The tight end in motion right. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. It's caught. Nelson. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. They'll run it with Lacey. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there and swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. A long drive here. Play 12 coming up for the offense. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Packers add on to their lead.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
And they'll get set here looking for the two-point conversion. Rodgers will throw for it. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for two?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
That's fielded in the end zone. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second? Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
Now, we all know that an offensive coordinator and a quarterback, they're aligned at the hip. But when you've got a runner who can get you that kind of yardage, that guy's invaluable.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Lacey. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
On 2nd down, Lacey. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Now Rodgers will handle Lacey. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Textbook defense, nowhere to go for the runner. They get there, they make the tackle, play over.
Off the play fake to Lacey. Here's Rodgers. Backing up. He's going to let this one go deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That was a long pass attempt downfield, and the ball was popped up in the air. And how come things go from really fast to almost slow motion when the ball's up in the air and the defender's unable to haul it in before it hits the ground?
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Yeah, they've got an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd and 13. To throw, it's Rodgers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Here's Jacob Shum now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. This is fielded at the 27. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. A nice gain of 21 yards. A good start there on first down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone. Chunk plays, explosive plays. That will be the key to this drive.
So 2nd and 10 here. Again on 2nd and 10. It's Wilson. He's going to float this one deep. It's caught inside the 10. And touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin, 45 yards. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again. Hauschka now for the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick.
They would have been kicked out just like the other. I'm totally tired. This is.
And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. Oh, for a second there, I had flashbacks to a few years ago, the NFC Championship game for the Packers, but here they're able to hold on.
And many things changed in Green Bay after that game. Personnel, people coaching, the whole deal. And in this case, they get it done. No fail like they had in Seattle.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And they're going to speed things up here. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think the defenders have to feel pretty good. Even though the ball was tipped in the air and could have become a big play for the offense, they actually won one because the guy flinging it today, he's having quite the performance. A couple of touchdown passes, almost threw his first interception, but he's throwing it so well that I think Lady Luck was on his side.
Adams the man in motion right. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You talk about shit and you come back in.
And at this stage of the game, time a factor, time on their side as they just try to eke out the final precious moments of this one. Adams the man in motion right. Rodgers going to go on 4th down. And he finds Cook. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big time throw on 4th.
Now that had to feel good, didn't it?
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Getting late here in the 4th, and if this team has any chance to win this football game, their defense obviously needs a stop here. Now Lacey. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Now a 20th carry of the game for Lacey. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Here's Lacey. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Eddie Lacy, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. And on his way to the end zone, shedding the tackle, he would not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run. Making sure you power your way through. One-on-one tackle. No running back wants to go to the bench and say, I got stopped just short.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Lockett the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like they're...
This is caught inside the 15. It's a big hook up there. Wilson to Baldwin. 54 yards. And the completion, nice throw, nice catch. But, Charles, big thanks goes to the men up front.
They allowed the quarterback to throw out of the rocking chair, so to speak. Plenty of time to survey the field and find an open man.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Julius Peppers in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
You ready to bet me? I'm going and taking anyone on the ear.
Third and 2, now Wilson. That's caught at the 3. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up 4th. So they go pass on 3rd and 2. They complete it, but no gain. Should they have tried to run it?
I thought that running the ball in that situation is what they would have done because at worst case scenario, you may bring up a 4th down decision for your team. Instead now, they're not close to the first down.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And tough starting field position here. Rodgers looking to throw. Looking deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
From that spot on the field, the tendency is to play it safe, run the football, make sure you don't have any errors. But sometimes you want to break tendency, and you take a big shot downfield, hoping to catch the defenders a little bit unaware. Unfortunately, they weren't able to get it completed on that play.
Adams the man in motion right. Back near the goal line. Here's Rodgers. Caught by Nelson left side. The 40. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
And incomplete.
I said a couple times. When I said that. And we both say EA Sports didn't they got okay? People like this.
Rodgers will try again for a heavy rush, and down he goes. Cliff Averill able to drop him for a loss of 4. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That ball was tipped in the air, and while it ultimately fell incomplete, it caused a few anxious moments for the guy slinging it, who's had quite a day. He knows how to get it into the end zone. He's throwing it really, really well. And maybe Lady Luck is on his side because he avoided his first interception of the contest.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. He's got his target. It's Cobb. That'll be a gain of 16. And the decision to go for it pays off. They've got a 1st and goal. Really excellent job there of just going up and getting it.
Brandon, I'm a defender. I shouldn't be this excited, but what a play by the receiver downfield to elevate and make the catch.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. Rodgers throwing here. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
And if the late touchdown wasn't bad enough, now they're going to go for 2. So sportsmanship nowhere to be found right here. Rodgers will throw for it. And it's caught for 2 points. Very interesting way to end this one. They add on a couple extra that they really didn't need. And, you know, winning is good for all the obvious reasons. But if for nothing else, it makes tomorrow's film session a little more palatable, doesn't it?
Oh, indeed it does. Sometimes it helps you in the grading because the coaches will look at it, and if it's a borderline play for you, if you won the game, you might get a plus in your column instead of a minus.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Seattle, so long, everybody.
Mm-hmm.